95 kilos. 95 kilos. Lifter becomes Charlie Janicki. First attempt. Then change of athlete, JDhillon, representing Eastside Barbell, still 95 kilos.
This is not normal.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, for an issue that the woke leftists, woke liberals claim to be an exaggeration, or some of them even say it doesn't exist, I and many others seem to be reporting on stories involving men going into women's sports, women's competitions, quite a bit. We're making it up though, right? Yeah. Well, here I am once again reporting on another story involving, yet again, another male going into a women's competition and winning. This time is in the world of weightlifting, where, for example, a male's biological advantage is going to be very apparent. Should have stopped myself really, shouldn't I? Because according to the woke leftists, woke liberals, that doesn't exist either. How dare I suggest such a thing?
How dare you?
Now, before I get into this one, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new and you want to join a community where we speak out against today's insanity, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's continue. A transgender weightlifter takes first place in a women's competition, stirring fury online. Transgender weightlifter Vicki Piper is a champion after taking first place in his first national weightlifting meet, prompting outrage from some concern about fairness in women's sports. Piper took first place in both his age and weight groups among women at the Masters National Championships in Reno, Nevada this month, lifting 56 kilograms in the snatch and 71 kilograms in the clean and jerk, according to USA Weightlifting. His total combined weights outscored the next highest placing competitor by 17 kilograms. Piper celebrated the win last week in an Instagram post saying, "First national weightlifting meet for me," adding hashtag trans women are women. Right then, and as you can see, second and third place are standing there on the podium with the winner smiling and laughing. So this male won quite comfortably. Who could have seen that one coming, right? Not us. He's going to be stronger, have stronger muscles, stronger bones, a bigger frame. At the end of the day, is cheating and undeserved. We all know this, and you can see how backwards this is because this is his first national weightlifting meet. His first one, and he won. And I don't understand how the women on the podium in the image you saw are smiling and laughing. It's not the first time we've seen something like this, and I'm just going to be honest here, it's quite embarrassing. Obviously, these are liberal women, so common sense is a little bit harder for them to find, but these are going to be the same women who most likely wake up every single day complaining about the patriarchy and how men are just simply evil. I'm all for women's rights, yet they're standing on a podium, smiling and laughing, and are okay with an agenda that is eroding women's sports. You can't make it up really, can you? It doesn't make any sense. Several conservative voices took to social media sharing outrage over the fee. Progressive used to argue in favor of Title IX for women to compete separately in sports. Former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy wrote of the win on X. Now they argue for men to compete against them. They used to say the sex of the person you're attracted to is hardwired on the day you're born. Now they say your sex is totally fluid. We need to get men out of women's sports once and for all, Lauren Boebert wrote. The National Desk reached out Wednesday to a Victoria Piper who shares the same workplace listed on Piper's Facebook page. An individual who answered the phone identified themselves as Vic before claiming to have no ties to the Reno competition. Following that call, the photos of Piper standing atop the podium in Reno had been removed from his social media accounts. His Instagram page also appeared as private. Yeah, so you have huge figures like Vivek Ramaswamy coming out and condemning this, as people should, and now the weightlifter has deleted the photos, made their social media private, which is kind of funny to me because they had the audacity to go into a women's competition and win, but as soon as the criticism comes around, oh no, I can't handle that. You know, this all could have been avoided if this weightlifter decided to stay in the male category, but I imagine they probably wouldn't have been as successful. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Harriet Hageman this month blasted Pramila Jayapal for becoming emotional over her bill prohibiting men from competing against women in Olympic and amateur sports during a hearing. It was highly inappropriate, and I also felt it was largely staged, Hageman said. And I just wanted to read that last part out to you guys, because just imagine somebody getting emotional over a bill stopping men from competing against women in sports. Truly, you have to be a lost individual if you're getting emotional over that. Now, Harriet Hageman said it felt staged, which, you know, may be the case. And I guess that's what virtue signaling does to people. They go ahead and acting weird and crazy ways. But look, we all know this has to simply stop. It can't go on. Too many competitions now have this issue. Too many women have lost out on places, awards, opportunities. But at some point as well, I have to say, these women who do have common sense and know what's up and they see they're about to compete against a male, they need to take action. These women need to refuse to compete, because talking about things only gets you so far. Action gets you further. And I know people will make the argument of, well, if these women refuse, they might face consequences, and I completely understand that. But surely, if you're a woman and you're going through this constantly and you see it happen time and time again, surely taking a stand is going to benefit you and women around you long term than just staying silent about it all. And change can happen if you do that. A couple of months ago, or a few months ago now, we saw women's jiu-jitsu, and some women dropped out of a competition because men were also competing, and you tie that in with the social media outrage. They actually changed their policy. So positive things can happen if women decide to drop out and say, look, enough is enough. We're not going to do this any longer. But in saying that, who knows? With the US election that's coming up in November, women might not have to drop out, because if the Democrats lose and Trump gets re-elected, I think he said a couple of years ago he was going to stop men from competing in women's sports. And let's be real, he's the only one that would actually ban that sort of thing. So hopefully, if he gets re-elected, women wouldn't have to worry about going into sports and then thinking, oh, is a male going to be there? Am I going to lose out on a place or potentially get injured as well? And don't get me wrong, men have a huge part to play in this as well. Well, men that still identify as men anyway. You know, when they see this, they need to stand up and voice their opinions. I don't get when fathers are present at these competitions and they see the injustice going on. I don't get how they don't call it out. So when fathers, men see this, they also need to stand up for truth, reality, common sense. But with this weightlifter we've been speaking about in this video, this story, this situation, look, this was their first national meet and they won. You don't really need to say anything else, do you? That is a prime example of why this needs to stop. Society has validated, reaffirmed the feelings of individuals for too long, and everybody around them is now dealing with the consequences. You know, it's all about making that individual happy. Oh, we must agree with this male identifying as a woman. But in the process of that, when they go into these women's sports, it is affecting the women around them. And I don't get, again, how these liberal women stand there, clap and cheer for it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. People just need to come to terms with the facts. You know, the facts that don't care about their feelings. And men should compete against men and women compete against women. And when policies are put in place, you know, for these men to stop competing against women, they're not being banned from sports altogether. That's a headline you'll see when this happens. Or, you know, trans people being banned from sports, whatever. No, that's not happening. They're just being now required to compete in the right category and not cheating and not robbing, you know, these titles, these competitions away from women who are competing. But leave your thoughts down below on this one, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on this story, this weightlifter coming in their first meet and winning? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.